Edgy Tools, it's the little things that make the big difference.
The king of useful doodads, making your job easier every day.
Feel the difference with CBD direct oils.
CBD oils may have the health benefits for your aches and pains.
Thanks for sponsoring our show.
What's up, everyone? This is episode 198. We're coming off of the Thanksgiving holiday. My name's Vince D'Alessandro, along with John Renstrom and Daniel Grom. How's it going, everyone?
Hey.
Doing good. How about you guys?
Oh, I'm all full from turkey.
My belly's full.
I'm going to be napping. That's what I'm going to be doing.
I can't wait to shave off my mustache. Actually, by the time this airs, I would have already shaved off my mustachio.
No. I think you should keep the stash.
You know what? I was dared by a Dentcraft employee to grow a mustache for Movember, which I found out that actually November means you don't shave at all for the month of November, right? It has nothing to do with the mustache.
I'm surprised you can grow any facial hair at all.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I got like 3 chest hairs. I'm not a hairy guy. So I'm glad to get rid of my mustache. Or did I? I'll find out next week.
Yeah.
So we have an action-packed show for you tonight with episode 198. We're going to be talking about some things that are going on at MTE Orlando that's right around the corner. We have a whole bunch of tools that some of us have gotten, except for John. Although he might have a couple of them as well. We'll have.
He doesn't push dents anymore.
Not with enough frequency.
Right. But so we're going to go over that stuff, and we might, call someone and just randomly bother them after the holiday here and see what they're up to.
We should call somebody.
We will.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a fun time.
So how's your weeks going, guys? Week.
Yeah, it feels like it's been months. I'm in the middle of moving all my crap, and so
yeah, you're still sounding like you're in a cave.
Yep, I'm in a cave,
a different
but
cave.
You're gonna get some soundproof curtains. You said so. We're looking forward to you sounding better.
Get rid of the hard echo. So
yep.
Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah. How about you, Daniel? What have you been up to?
You know what? My week's been going actually a lot easier this week. We're starting to get our first rains and stuff. And, today I was working a tailgate today, and I was using my Edgy Pliers from B&D. Yep. And I got to tell you, no other tool would have done what I did today. And I told this guy, you're going to be looking at about an 80% repair probably on this dent. And honestly, it came out 99%. I mean, I was so stoked on it, so happy. I mean, you couldn't really tell that anything even happened. And the whole edge was collapsed, and it was so collapsed that when you lift up the tailgate, it bent the inside of the panel. So the whole inside was buckled. And so it was pretty damaged. And the Edge pliers were just fantastic. I used the new pivot tips.
Yeah.
So the new pivot tips, I got to tell you, that new pivot tips, his material is perfect now.
Yeah.
They stay on really, really well. I got some early prototypes, and
they were prototypes. You can't knock them.
Yeah. They weren't as good as he nailed it. He got it right. He figured it all out. He got all the feedback from everybody and nailed it. So guys, if you guys, first of all, you should get some Fender Pliers. I really like the Fender Pliers or the Edge Pliers. I think they just give you more view to look at what you're doing than anything else comparable in that category, and more precision. And then you got that pivot tip, and it works fantastic.
Well, now
really well.
There's the bridge system, and I know that was my tech tip a couple 2-3 weeks about the pivot tips on the R4, and I've had some really nasty dents, and I don't know why, because like the Fender Pliers, I got to be honest with you. I've had them for like 6 months or so, and I had the prototypes, and I didn't use them very often. But now it seems like I'm getting opportunity after opportunity to start using them, and they're really making for quick, clean repairs right from the get-go, and bringing up a lot of metal, and then you just finish off the dent when it's done. So it's definitely a great tool to have in your arsenal, both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you have the bridge is really handy on the Fender pliers, because you could literally set up that bridge and then swoop your hand with the rest of the tool out of the way, so you get the line of sight even better. So,
it gives you just the bridge gives you a lot more flexibility in
it's
that.
Wider. It's wider.
Okay. I knew it was wider, but I didn't know you could get it out of your way. I've used the Fender Pliers only a couple of times. So, but yeah, that ability to change your line of sight is the one thing that I noticed was the only issue that I really had.
Yeah. And that was the issue with the edge jack as well, was the line of sight. That's why I always had a hard time with the edge jack. But, until something better came along, and that was, the B&D one, which was better than the edge jack for me. So.
Now, what would you recommend first to buy if the guy has nothing? Would you say buy the edge pliers or the Fender pliers?
I would go Fender pliers. I'm sorry, edge pliers.
Oh, really? See, I would go with Fender pliers.
Well, there you go.
Think about the Fender pliers. You can put the bridge on there, and then they have those extensions, so you can put extensions on it. And if you're doing motorcycle stuff, if you got my motorcycle tank vise, if you're doing motorcycle stuff and you're going to do fenders, if you got the edge pliers with the extensions, you can use those things a lot on fenders on Harley Davidsons.
Well, the bridge works on the edge pliers as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's interchangeable.
That's just giving you wider feet. I just think you have more versatility with the Fender pliers. I think
I just have a hard time for them. You'll probably find more uses for the Fender pliers, but however, I have a hard time doing edges of doors with the Fender pliers.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask you guys, because I found that the Fender pliers had a little more flex when you're doing that heavy metal on the lip of a door. Is that, because that additional throw I thought was kind of a problem for the edge. Do you find that, Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, on this particular dent that I worked today, I used the edge pliers, not the Fender pliers, because it was just the edge I was just fixing. And honestly, buy both. I know they're expensive, but they're worth it. Yeah. They'll pay for themselves over in the long run. They're never, ever going to break.
No, exactly.
They're built like tanks. So,
yeah. What I got in,
it depends what kind of dent guy you are, what you're doing on a daily basis, true. What your customers are, all that. You have to take that on consideration.
Yeah. The majority of your repairs and that sort of stuff, if you hardly ever do the back of a door or the door lip, then the Fender pliers are definitely the best buy.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'll figure out a way of making it work.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I've gotten other tools in the mail recently too. And the pivot along the lines of the pivot tips, the pivot picks from Anson, they're stainless steel. There's no flex to them. And they also take the R4 cherry caps and the pivot picks or pivot tips. Man, they really need to change that name.
Tongue twister.
But
those are fantastics.
They are.
I mean, I love them.
I love them, and I love them raw. I love that bullet or that round BB tip, and I just use that. And they're at a good angle. There's two sets.
Perfect angle.
I think there's a 30 and a 45.
No, I think there's 60.
Or 60? Is it 60? Maybe 60.
I think it's 60.
Okay,
degrees.
I'll have to check on that. So don't quote me on that.
That's what I remember. Yeah, I don't quote us.
But I do have two sets of them now. I have both sets, and I like them equally. So I just like strong picks. I don't like tools that bend,
Now, I got some new tools today from Anson. Two shave tools. Did you get those?
I don't think you got those from Anson, buddy.
Or the A1?
I think that's the new line, the Chameleon line that's coming out.
From who? I don't even know who it's from.
From John Viding, the Dent Reaper.
Oh, those are Dent Reapers?
Those should be Dent Reapers. I didn't get mine today, but I think they're coming. Yeah, the Chameleons are Dent Reaper. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he sent us a set
I
of those to check them out. Yeah. You should have looked at the box.
Well, it said it was coming from Anson, so Anson's making them, but I didn't know if it was
Anson is not making them.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe you did get a box from Anson.
I mean, not Anson. I mean A1.
A1. Yeah. He ships them direct.
All right, now we're all on the same page. Now everybody's all caught up.
But they're basically the perfect length shave tool with a big flag on it.
Yeah.
And one sharp, one dull, and that is the perfect tool for quarter panel, going down the wheel well, getting right on the edge of the wheel well. They have enough flex, but super strong. Love it.
Well, I know that talking to Mr. Viding, that they are kind of modeled off of an old tool company that's no longer around, which was a very popular tool that they used to sell, which was Dent Gear. And, people are just starting to get tired of waiting for Dent Gear to pop up again and Dent Gear inspired tools. So I think some guys are starting to make them. So, and that was one tool that was really useful, especially if you're working on an F-150 door. It'll go down to the brace and get right into that brace area where, on the door by the body line.
Yeah. And that stupid brace just, it's like a dent magnet. I don't know. It's every other car on the market. Just like that point of the door, when they design that, do they bring in an F-150 to make sure that it hits right there?
It was ridiculous. Yeah. We always get them right there on that lower body line.
Yeah.
So this new flag tool gets all the way down there into that body line, and it's great for upper doors. Through handles, you could get up there. If you could get behind the upper door brace, it'll work fantastic there as well.
Nice.
So why is he calling it Chameleon?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
We didn't get this. We're not very well prepared on that one.
Well, you know what? We just got him to try out. And to test them, so we're kind of.
We're not even probably supposed to talk about them.
No, he's releasing them this week for Black Friday. Actually, this is being recorded before Black Friday, guys.
Oh, so if you miss the Black Friday sale, you're screwed.
Yeah. So, but they're going to be out on the market, and he's like, just try them out and give me your honest feedback, and that's all he wants from us, anyways. So
cool.
You're talking about tools we're not supposed to talk about.
Sometimes.
But that can lead us right into this. So if you're not sure what we're talking about when we're talking about this tool that's going to be on the market very, very soon, but you're going to be at MTE in Orlando, we do have a way for you to check that tool out and see how it is used.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
And that is at our PDR Tool Time Playground. Ain't that right, Daniel?
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to have a bunch of cars there.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest, and anybody out there that wants to help out, I want to find dented cars. I want some beat up cars. I want some nasty, just natural dents. I don't want to have to put dents in a car. I want natural. If we can.
Well, that's sort of a lot more real world. If we're buying a tool, if I'm buying a tool specifically as a door dent wholesale guy, I want to know it's going to work on the damage that I do. If I'm buying for specific hail dents, I want to know it's going to work.
Yeah, not a man-made hail dent, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's plenty of those out there that we're stuck fixing. But still, you really want to test it out. You can't whack something down on the body line on the wheel well, on a car that's nice. But if you got a car that's got door dents all over on it, one of them's going to be there. You're going to be able to take a tool like this and stick it down through there and actually see how it affects that dent. Make sure it's going to make you all the money.
Yeah. Well, and that's the cool thing about the playground is that it's inspired for everyone to come and encouraged for everyone to come, whether you're a 1-year tech, 1-month tech, 20-year tech. You're going to be able to check out all these tools from the manufacturers. We've been talking to the manufacturers. I got Dankcraft online. I got Anson online. We got Toledo. He's coming over. He's going to hang out and teach and stuff like that. All of us are going to be there. We're going to have our IMI training in that booth as well, so you could ask us questions about that. There's a couple secrets that we can't release just yet.
I know, I'm counting on a good one. I'm counting on a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I've been a little bit wrapped up in that one myself.
Yeah. So John, you're probably privy to that information too. So that hopefully everything materializes with that before. But it's going to be really good. Blem is bringing a whole TDN cart filled with everything.
Yep.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. I know.
Did we book the stripper pole? I didn't hear anything about that.
They were all out that weekend because it's Super Bowl weekend.
No stripper pole? Oh, that's right.
Well, Super Bowl weekend.
I'm sorry, we couldn't get a stripper pole. We were trying to get a stripper pole.
Well, you know what? We'll have Todd from Carbon Tech build this one.
Oh, a Carbon Tech. Oh, that would be good.
That would be.
But we still only have Hudson to be on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that little bastard tonight?
Well,
it's the girls will enjoy him. Yeah.
Him and maybe
I think he must be buried in work.
If he's not here, we get to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm sure Woody Koss would like to circle around that.
Oh, no. I've seen enough of his assets.
Is Mr. Bojangles?
No, I'm done. I don't want to see any more of his banana hammock.
Well, we'll have to hit up the pimp himself, Mr. Drew's Tools. He knows where to get the foxy looking women.
I know. He stopped doing that. I wish he wouldn't have. He used to have girls in his booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so Craig from Anson and I were talking just the other day, and we were talking about the PDR Playground that we're going to have. Now, we've got a huge booth.
Yes, we have the second biggest booth in the convention. Only smaller than the what do you call it? The
Dental Olympics.
Dental Olympics. Yes.
Yeah. So think about that.
Well,
guys.
the Dental Olympics is really not a booth. It's
Exactly.
more of a competitive area. So we have the largest booth. I want to say we have it.
Let John finish his thought.
Yeah, Tool Time is crushing it with the largest one, and as we all know there's a ton of podcasts and YouTube videos, everything out there. But there's only one organization that's going to put the tools in a car in your hand and let you try it out. Not to mention, we're trying to get the manufacturer of that tool in there to help explain to you why it is that they designed it, how it is that they built it the way they did. From Mobile Tech RX, we're going to see if I can slip off and spend like an hour there and go over. What I'd really like to do is do price ident, because a lot of people have a lot of questions on that. And it's a real door dent. If we're going to have cars with real door dents, we're going to have the ability to do real estimating on them.
Size them out and price ident.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm really kind of pumped. I wish I got to help more at the Tool Time booth, because man, you get to play with all the cool tools. That's the truth of it. And there's nothing like this in any other industry. I mean, you're not going to go to a roofing convention and they're going to put a hammer in your hand and nails and a whole line of shingles and see what you can do.
Do they do that at the roofing conventions? Do they see who could swing?
Nobody puts the tools in your hand unless you actually go to work.
Right.
And we're doing it. You're going to know if you're going to make money with that tool when you leave with it.
Yeah. And then you just go over to the booth and buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
get to try it before you buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited. So today I got my final prototype on the accessories I've been doing with Todd at Carbon Tech for our new hustle stick. And we've gone through, this is our third or fourth version of prototypes, and I'm signing off on it now, and we nailed it. And I'm going to be doing some demos on that in the booth, and you guys are going to want to see this. This one tool replaces like 5 other tools and makes, and this is only the first step. I have two other attachments that are going to go with it after we release it, and going to make it where it really, you have this one tool that is so much more compact, so much easier to use, so much faster to use for glue pulling large, big damage, and so many other things that you can do with it.
Well, the good part is, like,
I'm going to be showing that off.
If you have a Carbon Tech rod, you're dialed in. All you got to do is buy the accessories.
Yeah, it's going to cost you it's very minimal to buy in. We're putting together a price for guys that just want to buy it as a standalone hustle stick, and we haven't named it yet. We're trying to come up with some names, but we're working on that, and we'll be showing that off.
That's awesome. That's good. Oh, if everything goes right, and I'm just going to announce this now because I'm hoping everything is going to go right, I'm going to have limited edition Magnatech mats.
Ooh. Like you haven't told me about that.
No.
All right. Now you piqued my interest.
Right.
What are we talking about, limited edition?
Well, it's going to be the same size. It will be the same size. However, it's going to be camo. Camo colors.
I like it. So you're going to lose it in the car.
Now, is that camel all the way through, like the solid colors?
Yeah. So my manufacturer called me up and he's like, "Hey, what do you think about making a camo one in black, drab, and green?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." I got the perfect venue to release it. So magnets are on their way, and the manufacturer is going to we're probably going to limit it to about 100 of them, I think, and then go back to the colors. But yeah, so that's going to be a limited edition available for all you gun enthusiasts.
Shoot, you might even be able to sell that to the military.
Yeah, I might be able to. So I'll look into that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's kind of exciting on my end of that. And you'll be able to buy those at a lot of the booths. The limited edition might just be at the Anson booth. We'll have to see who wants to pick it up. But, yeah, so you know what? Speaking of Anson, there's 17 new tools that will be there that weren't there last year. And the one I'm most excited about, Daniel, and you have it too, is that Trifecta Glue Gun.
Dude, it's the best glue gun you'll ever put your hands on, for a battery glue gun, as far as that goes.
Yeah,
absolutely love it. And it's just so much faster. It's simple. It's rugged, and I actually need to call Anson to get a Milwaukee attachment so I can start putting Milwaukee batteries, because I've started buying some Milwaukee stuff, and I want to buy they got a 12 amp battery. I want to buy a 12 amp battery. Can you imagine that? I mean, that glue gun will run for 2 days on a 12.
What I'm curious of is what weight will that,
with a 12 amp?
How heavy does that battery on that glue gun?
Yeah, I don't know. So I've been running my Makita batteries, and I ran it with a 5 amp. I turned it on in the morning. It was on all day. And then I go, I wonder how much power is left. I still had 3 bars on power.
That's why I'm not sure why you want a big battery on that. I run a 4 amp on it, and it lasts all day.
Well, the other 2 tools that I'm running Milwaukee is my buffer and an air blower.
Right.
I clean out my shop with the air blower. Things fantastic.
I love those.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't buy one of those a long time ago, but the buffer does use a lot of power.
Yeah.
So can I throw in a quick tech tip on that?
Yes.
Sure.
So that battery operated leaf blower, like I had Ryobi when I was using the Ryobi drill and impact. Mm-hmm. When you're doing hail and you drop the headliner and you're shoving your whale tail into those braces and it knocks down all of those little bits of glue, those can rattle up there on that headliner. Take that battery powered
and blow it out.
Leaf blower, blow them all out. It, open up all the doors. It blows it right out of the car, right onto the floor.
That's
you
awesome.
Don't have to vacuum it all up.
So
very nice.
So I got a little cheat sheet going on the Trifecta glue gun, just so our audience, because realistically, it should theoretically be out mid-December. So we're talking maybe 3 weeks away. If everything goes right, they should start stocking them. Now, they call it the Trifecta because it's 3 companies involved. You have Anson PDR, you have TDN Group in England, and you have Elimident, James Lee. So all three of them went together to design the ultimate glue gun.
Three best companies in the industry.
Exactly. And three reliable, beautiful people or companies in the industry that we could rely on. It's based off of the Tech 305 gun. So if you are familiar with the Tech 305, it's a great plug-in glue gun.
Fantastic gun.
Yeah. So
Tech is the best.
Tech is the best. And Tech makes this gun specifically for us. So that's all they do. The Tech makes glue guns. So it's going to be a great gun. It's going to, right off the bat, it'll fit a Ryobi without an adapter. It'll fit Bosch, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita. And just the simplicity of the design it's well thought out. There's a reason why it's tilting down. That way you don't get air bubbles and you don't get drips. You'll see that it tilts down as
a large reservoir.
Large reservoir, so you could fill up super tabs without a problem, right?
Yep.
There's
only two temperatures.
So 383 and 329 on the low.
Yeah, simple. Because I have an old gun that you could dial the temperature. I didn't know what temperature to dial it to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're all over the place, and then it's just simpler to just push the button.
I see guys asking about it still on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, the price point is $140 for the gun as well, which is not bad.
I mean, that's in the world of cordless glue guns, that's cheap.
It's just efficient, works.
And there's no like extra electronics for a USB to plug in your phone and stuff like that can go wrong. There's no buttons that are going to fall out and break and things like that. It's on high, on low, or off, and that's it. Even the clasps that hold the battery in are heavy duty clasps, and they're designed for your big battery.
They work really well. I have a bunch of Snap-on batteries, and I don't know if you've used any Snap-on batteries, but they're stupid. Their design is horrible. I have the hardest time getting the battery to release. I'm like, I feel like I'm breaking it every time. So after experiencing that, the way the battery releases matters.
Yeah. So keep a lookout for it, because it's coming. By the time this podcast airs, it's probably 2-3 weeks away at most. If you can't wait for MTE, you'll be able to buy it.
Yeah. Now we're going to try to have a couple of those at the booth too, so some guys can really see the difference. Because I know there's a lot of guys out there that think it's a glue gun. How different can a glue gun really be?
So that's the wrong attitude to have, because it can be it matters.
But it matters. Did you notice like the dead center tabs? They're tiny. Even dead center crease tab, the tip of this glue gun is so small, you could drop like the minutest drop of glue on it, or you could build it up on the super tab. So you could go from one extreme to the other.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. What about them super tabs then? So.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So keep a lookout for that.
Hey, a little bit of in the news. I want to bring up a subject. I want to know what's your thoughts on the new Tesla truck.
Oh, okay. Here's my first thought when I first looked at it. After I got over the fact that it was a chiseled out Pinewood Derby car, I was thinking, well, that's what it looks like when a Pontiac Aztec and an El Camino have a bastard child.
There you go.
Now, but I will say, as if you were a route guy and it has everything, that tailgate ramp, the way they put it out there might be pretty handy for getting around on your lots, but good God, it's just
ugly. I honestly, I was watching it live and I go, is this really live? And I was checking other things on the internet. I'm like, okay, this is real. This is a real deal. Because I didn't hear any announcement of it. And so I'm like, okay, this is real. And I roll it out and I go, okay, no, this isn't real. This is fake. This is
parody.
fake. And then they throw the ball bearing against the window and it breaks. And I go, okay, it's totally fake. This is a good one. This is funny. I'm laughing my ass off, right? And they do it again. Oh, that's even better. This is great. And then the next morning, I wake up and they're announcing it on the news, and I'm like, oh my God, no way, it's real.
Yeah.
And I'm a stockholder in Tesla.
All 5 shares.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I actually got a lot of money wrapped up in it. But anyway, I'm like, now I'm thinking I should sell my shares. I don't know.
Vince, what's your opinion?
I thought it was a spoof. That's what I told you guys. I don't think it's real because I didn't think he would put out a turd like that. I mean, it doesn't even have side mirrors on it. So that's why I'm thinking it's fake. It's fake. He had to put something out, to gain interest, and it's the big LA Auto Show was this week, and it's going on, and they have to do something for Truck Day, and he's like, let's just turn out the prototype turd, and it can't look like that. I will bet $10 because I'm a cheapskate. It will not look like that when it goes into production.
I would.
I hope you're right.
I hope so too. I mean,
not to mention when he hit it with the sledgehammer, he totally held back on it. He was whacking that F-150, and he totally jacked his swing. He wasn't hitting it that hard.
Yeah, I mean,
if there was ever a time for a lap track.
The thing is he doesn't understand the truck world at all. I heard I watched one guy, and he's like, oh, they to break into the truck world, you had to do something totally different and out of the box.
No.
And I'm like, okay, sure. But do you see any construction guy showing up at I used to do construction. You show up in that truck, you're gonna get razzed all day. You're gonna find your tool belt
hanging from a tree
in cement to the floor.
Right.
I can't imagine showing up to a truck, a job site with that truck ever.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible. And that's why I think it's a spoof. So I like the guy.
They would have revealed it was a spoof by now. Do you think?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I
I
had more confidence. I had more confidence in Mr. Musk until that.
Did you look at the inside at all?
No. Did they show the inside?
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything on the inside.
I delved into it a little bit, and they've got this dash. It looks like a piece of marble. It looks like a marble slab. It is so streamlined and clean inside. And truck guys, we want cup holders galore. We want pockets. We want
an ashtray
storage everywhere. We want all these, and they didn't do any of that. They are so off the line. I was so upset.
Yeah,
so upset.
That's all right.
Because I really I love Elon Musk. I read his biography and just fell in love with what he did in his life. I mean, the guy came over South America and from South Africa, with $500 to his name. Mm-hmm. And in 2 years, he was a millionaire. Yeah. I mean, that commands respect.
Sure. Yeah. And I have respect for him as well. I used to go to SpaceX all the time before it was when it was off the ground to fix dents on cars over there. And everyone was just...
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's right over here in Hawthorne. Used to go over there quite a bit. I saw him walking by.
Have you ever watched a launch over there? Do they launch stuff over there?
No, that's like mission control though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they launched some stuff from Southern California, though.
They do, but not from SpaceX. That's at Hawthorne Municipal Airport. That's what they're attached to. So they're not it's right by LAX. They're not launching things by LAX. There's no way.
Do you know any rocket scientists?
I do. In fact, I worked on a guy's 67 Falcon that came in yesterday, which I used the Fender Pliers on. He brought me a Fender from a 67 Falcon. He's like, can you fix this dent on it? I'm like, yeah, why isn't it attached to the car?
Yeah.
And his email was SpaceX.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, he's a weird engineer. So he's like, I think there's a dent on it. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a dent on it. I'm going to charge a bunch of money to fix it, too.
So guys, if going back to the playground, sorry we got off topic there, but if going back to the playground, if you guys want to do a demo, if you're a tool company or you want to go to a tool company and demo somebody's tool that you absolutely love, you want to show it off how you use it, well, let me know. Contact me. We'll put you on the schedule. We're going to have kind of an open schedule available, first come, first serve, that you can, hey, I just decided I'm going to do a demo for so-and-so. You basically sign in what you're going to talk about in time. And you can spend up to an hour to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah. And on a side note, I didn't mention it last week, but this week I need to get it out there. Excuse me. We're having drawings all this month until the end of December for Push Metal gear. Crystal was kind enough to give us a whole bunch of merchandise to give away to you guys. So we're going to have giveaways. Everything at Push Metal Gear right now is 50% off. She's blowing out all her stock, and get on it because it's super cheap. And pay attention to PDR Tool Time on Facebook, and we're going to have little pop-up little raffles and things like that. And it's not going to cost you anything, but you have to participate to win something. Did you already
post that, the one you showed us earlier?
No. Well, by the time they listen to this, someone would have already won a dog collar and a hat. So
I like the dog collar.
Yeah. So I only have 2 dog collars, so I put them in a group. So you get a hat and a dog collar on the first one, and then we're gonna put our brains together and come up with some other giveaways coming up here, and it's all gonna be Push Metal stuff. Crystal Ellison, she's a sweetheart. She's a pillar in our industry and does good things for us. So make sure you go out and support her.
Now she's coming out with a new line, isn't she?
Well, it's just new clothing. So
okay, so everything's getting an update, and so now's your chance to get some really killer Push Metal gear.
Yeah, exactly. If you haven't in the past, get some, and if you have, you know how good quality it is, and you want to get some more for cheap.
Yeah, she's not throwing out the cheap stuff.
No, all her stuff is nice.
This ain't no Walmart T-shirt.
So
all their stuff is great.
All right. Well, you know what? I think we might be wrapping it up here. If you want to have any burning desires that you have to get out there.
I'm just thankful for everything in this Thanksgiving, and want to just thank all our listeners for your support. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
for sure.
So what do you have to say, Daniel?
Don't be one of those guys that don't buy new tools. Level them up now.
Don't do stupid stuff.
And remember to keep it stiff. Thanks for listening.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog tabs.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors. Thanks for listening.